Hey, well, good evening, afternoon, something like that. We are in Yoakum, Texas, down here helping the Slappin Yatchet crew, and he's making a lot of racket.
I just dropped the pan, baby.
And those aren't sunglasses either. What are we doing, Rupp?
Huh?
What are we doing?
We're gonna start measuring out meat, weighing out the meat. We're gonna do the regular link and the jalapeno cheese link. It's gonna be 200 pounds total, but we're gonna separate the meat out after.
And you're planning on making 450 pounds of sausage this weekend?
Yeah. Total.
Kinda.
Yeah. A bunch of different okay. You gonna get gloves on?
We got a pile of seasonings here. Different brands and experimental stuff.
Don't forget JoJo.
I have no idea what that is.
JJ, it's Chucky.
I guess that's the mascot, right?
Yeah, it's from Coco Melon.
That's so. Yeah, the little kids know it from Coco Melon. The rest of us know it as Chucky.
So we got Mel and Hannah and Frank.
Main attraction.
So
The main attraction.
this is what's going to happen next couple of days. So it's probably be a two-part video. We're going to get some grinding today and a seasoning, and then tomorrow we're going to start stuffing. So anyway, plan on having a really good time. This is my first time to come help Rupp. We've always talked about it.
Make sure you show them your chili cooking stove.
Yeah, back in the day when Yoakum was my old stomping grounds, this is the apparatus I used to use to learn how to cook chili on.
I dropped it
That thing
again.
will burn you. So Ruppert had a side gig of doing belts, and I'd sit in here on a couch and take naps and cook chili.
Yeah, he did. That's a good napping full. That's how you could nap for hours.
It's all them late nights I had.
Back, he'd still be sleeping.
Listen to the Weather Channel. Well, we had the tropics, the 8 on 8s, the tropics.
8 on 8.
Was it 2 pounds?
Yeah, this is 2 pounds. Yeah, I know I need it.
Look at all of that goodness. Pure red. Straight out of God's pantry.
Straight out of the hill country.
What are you getting that for, Dad?
Just getting it out of there.
Make a smoothie.
That goes back in the Carlos Rosary bottle. I'm curious to see how the 2-tier system works on the grinders. I haven't seen that before.
Okay, weigh that.
So,
How much of it did you need? 80?
85.
measuring out these seasonings. Some of these are pre-measured already that he's experimenting with. Some stuff is similar to ours, how it's all measured out. Matter of fact, like I told you on the last video that I had, I used Ruppert's recipe that he had somehow acquired or come up with for.
You share it or no? You share yours?
Nope, I don't share mine.
You don't share yours?
I'll tell them what's in it.
Okay.
It's up to them to experiment.
This is my original recipe. Tucker said I can't show you. Since
But you'll run out of ink trying to write down all the ingredients that's in that recipe too.
Yeah, all 4 of them.
All 4.
Tucker has 5 in his. I got 4 in mine.
I couldn't stand it. I had to add one. That way I could say it was mine then.
17 again.
This one here I actually have to mix though, because this is not a pre-mix. I worked with an old man at the fire station. He was there when I was there. His name's Marvin, and Marvin worked for.
What's your best interpretation of Marvin?
Well, Marvin used a lot of cuss words, and so you don't have to use the duck. I won't do a Marvin interpretation.
Do the duck quack.
Yeah, he called people nuts most of the time. Come here, nuts. Usually how he said it.
Well, he said something about being a storybook fireman, or
Yeah, first day I walked into the fire station. Greenhorn, never been in there before, and I'm sitting on the couch kind of nervous about it. Marvin comes walking up the steps and he stops, and Marvin wore glasses. He had one glass eye and wore glasses, and he stops and he, "What's this? Another one of them damn storybook firemen y'all hired?" And he turned and walked off and sat at the table and smoked a cigarette and drank his coffee and read the newspaper and didn't say another word to me. I thought, what did I get into?
and they ended up being really good friends
Yeah.
later on.
Anyway, Marvin worked for the local meat market here for a lot of years as a butcher.
52.
And he shared his recipe with me. Very simple recipe. It's essentially salt, black pepper, garlic powder. I don't use fresh garlic. and pink cure salt, or cure number 1. I buy this locally. This is Fiesta bottles it, but
Yep.
it's pretty much just sodium nitrate. So anyway, that's all I use in mine for this. We're going to make 2 different batches. This one that they're measuring out right now, I use the same recipe. One of them I add jalapenos, and I use a dehydrated jalapeno in the link sausage, and then we have the high-tech cheese that we put in there.
So a little less than
And
that was in there.
so we'll add that. We're going to do 125 pounds of regular link and 75 pounds of with the jalapeno and cheese in it, but it's the same seasoning mix.
Yeah.
So we're going to mix it all up in one batch. We're measuring out 200 pounds of meat right now,
I'm still thinking 80.
and they're digging deer meat out, and then we got the pork out there in the old rattling cooler. So I'm going to finish weighing out this other stuff.
So what they'll do is they'll lay it out on the table over here. And then once Ruppert gets his seasoning mixed up, he'll throw it in there. Then we'll all get in there and just start mixing all this up. And once it's all good and mixed up to his satisfaction, we'll run it through the 2-tier system grinder. And then it'll go into a tub and then go into the refrigerator. And it'll set overnight. Then we'll stuff it tomorrow. And I guess it'll go into the smokehouse tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll put it in go in the smokehouse, and from the smoke it, and then we'll leave it hanging in the smokehouse. It's supposed to be cold enough tomorrow night. We can leave it hanging in the smokehouse overnight. So,
Which is saying a lot. We're down in South Texas, so.
Literally. Probably nipples.
that's crazy. So.
This is that Kaylee with the dirt yesterday.
Oh my gosh. Did you see how mad she got when I like washed her hand? She was like,
Maybe we take the
oh,
marshmallows
yeah, I
away.
sent a picture of Leah.
Oh, it smells so
yeah.
good.
Yeah. It's like smells so good and like take a bite. No, I'm not
It
breathing.
was so stinking cute watching Kaylee. That's not play with that meat.
For real.
Doing it this way just cuts down a whole lot of time of the double grind. I like the double grind it mixes it better. I'll try to get it in close. You can see what's coming out here versus what's coming out at this one. You can see a lot more mix in it, and a whole lot. It just mixes the seasonings and it grinds it a little bit finer.
Oh no!
And we only got to do it once. Slow down, Mel.
I wasn't there. My bad. My bad.
Grinder got going too fast.
Have to watch that.
So all the seasons in the meat now. You saw us mixing it all up. So
I'll watch now. I forgot. Let me go back to my like I wonder if the grinder could call confused, like what you got. I doubt it. My favorite one.
Queso.
now this one gets the jalapeno and cheese added in. This is 75 pounds.
Flatten all that out. Real flat. Yeah, we're putting. Can I tell them this recipe? We're putting a pound of cheese per 10 pounds of meat, and an ounce of jalapenos per 10 pounds of dehydrated jalapenos per 10 pounds.
Oh, it smells so good.
Here, smell this.
Deliciousness.
You smell that one.
Just put a pinch between your cheek and gum.
It almost burned. Oh, it does burn. Here, eat some cheese. And
I didn't know it burned. I just wanted you to smell it.
it smells like jalapeno. My eyes feel it too.
All this cheese there?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what you get.
Oh, a bag and a half.
Okay.
Ugh, I caught a whiff of it.
You mean
The first time I got this in the mail, Mel's like, Dad, my daughter works at the post office and she delivered my mail. She was like, Dad, what do you got in the mail? You got
I
this,
know it's not weed.
you got this bag of stuff.
Did it come from Colorado or Mexico? Hopefully the feds don't watch our video.
Oh man, it's strong. Oh, my nose burns.
Pull it to the edges so that all the, like this out here all gets covered with it. Everybody sneezing and coughing.
That weak genius in there.
It's not as bad.
You good with this, Ruth?
Yeah.
Root.
Hey, why do you call him Eddie? Or Ed? Ed.
Tell them, Ed.
What?
Novak come up with that, didn't he?
Yep.
Like everybody else's nickname?
Yep.
Go back in there.
We have a guy that used to work for us named James Novak, and him and Tucker went to fire school together. And Novak had a nickname for everybody. So, and he called Tucker Ed. I asked him one, I said, why you call him Ed? He goes, "'Cause I know a guy that looks like him named Ed." That was it.
Ed Tucker.
So it stuck.
Or you knew it, Ed Tucker. Something like that.
It was a pretty simple story. And so all his.
I almost get offended when I watch the video and he calls me Jeff Tucker. I'm like, Jeff Tucker.
I've actually explained before a few times that
I know Hannah was like, Dad just called him Ed. Like you made a mistake. He called him that. So I was like, did you forget his name?
Well, it takes 14 days to know what you got.
what you mean?
What's that say on the bottom?
It takes, for all them seasons to shake hands and hug each other's neck and all that, it takes 14 days. The first thing you'll get is the salt. Then you think it's not hot enough. And then about 6-7 days later, the salt goes away, then you got all this heat. And then about 10 to 14 days.
Is that frozen?
Yep.
Yeah.
But 10 to 14 days, they all commingle and everything else, and they're all equal.
Seasoning, we're loading the table again, and we're measuring out. We're gonna have 100 pounds here. We're gonna be making summer sausage that is going to contain jalapenos and cheese. So actually,
The first one
pickled
was eight.
jalapenos in this one, not dehydrated.
What was it?
This one here.
18? It was 18.
Secret recipe book. I've got the recipe for that. And I
Hey,
give it
you
out
could 40.
because I have to make.
Do you think it's 22 or?
Wait, like lift it
Yeah,
up
lift that up.
and then set it back down.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're still playing.
We're still playing.
Dad needs to do one of these because
Hold on.
it's broke. You can literally make it go to 25 and then 22.
I should have been a while ago.
All
It's 18,
that.
that's pretty fun.
Just get close. We're making sausage. We're not doing nuclear science.
Your thing's broken.
Well, you're playing the Price is Right to your scale.
It's broke.
It ain't broke. You
No,
gotta-
for real. I told you. He's like, no, hold on, we're playing.
24?
22.
You ain't W40
You
for
don't have
that
to be
spring.
exact.
No, because you have to minus.
No, yeah, that's right. That's
So we need
24.
24.
Yeah.
Okay, everything has been ground. I guess that's 450 pounds of meat in this freezer cooler. So it's all labeled in there. We're gonna let it sit in there for the night, and we'll come back at 4:25, and we'll come back in the morning and we'll start pressing. And maybe you'll be impressed with our pressing. I wish y'all could smell what this place smells like. It smells delicious. We're getting ready to get started on stuffing the sausage. We've already got supper cooking. Give y'all a little sneak peek. A couple of big pork roasts in there. Waste all my smoke. Whew, puffed out the back. When I started smoking a lot, I started using one of these guys right here. And they work phenomenal for some applications. For a lot of they're not very impressive, but for doing a couple pork butts like that, works real well.
Well, hello, Grant.
Everybody's had their coffee, kind of getting ready to go. We got 2 or 3 specialty sausages we're gonna do first before we get to the summer sausage and then to the big smoked sausage. The Ruppert getting his camera ready.
I picked out the best looking tank and crank.
I guess.
Top, and I've got the best horn. And
I don't know what Dad give for. I don't think he'd give a whole lot for his, but he's got 2 now. But we don't ever use them anymore. We use those bigger ones. But he got them like at the little swap meets, antique swap deal. We got a deal up there called Second Monday up in Bowie. And then people bring all their garage sale stuff up there to sell it, you know. And that's why I'm pretty sure he found them. But the hard part is finding the nozzles and that attachment on the front. You know, unless you are able to order it somewhere. Oh, really? Because it's got a funny little catch on the front of that nut. You know, it's not threaded like these others are.
We have that too. That too.
The stuffer, with that motor, you can run. One person can run it.
Oh yeah.
You can do, and then there you go.
In there.
Go around here to the knot tying. I missed the knot tying lesson that Ruppert gives.
We got that. I'm sure it was.
You're probably going to get a half a link right there. See the discoloration?
Yeah. Just separate that there, and that's the old stuff.
No, that's like the Easter egg. It's got a prize in it. That's going to get you. You're going to be eating your hot dog and go, "This is good." And then
Nobody gets that one. Donation.
Are they coming out? Are you not busting too many?
Yeah, they finally got it. And by they, I mean Grant.
Hey.
Hey, my dad got called into the station one time, and it was just me out here, and I got done doing a whole bunch of stuff by myself.
Hey, I'll tell you one of the most impressive things. I'm gonna tell y'all. Let me come over here so I can get it on this camera a little bit.
what's my camera? You want your camera
No,
going
we'll do it
too?
on yours. Everybody, most of my people know this. When Mel and Frank got married, I was at City Hall at a meeting one day, and I come out and they said, "Your wife come and got your pickup." I'm like, "What you get my pickup for?" They said something about they had to hang a calf or something. Well, no crap, we had a calf to butcher. So I came home and shine right up here. These cables right here and these hooks and all that. That's what we hang our calves on and slaughter them. I came home. How old was you? 20.
I wasn't married yet, so probably 19 or 20.
19 or 20 years old. I came home from my meeting and pulled up, and her and Blaze, my oldest son, probably, how old is Blaze? He'd been 15,
about
15 or 16 at the time. They had that calf hung up, skinned, and almost gutted by the time I got home. Now, the meat, when they got married, we did picnic stew and sausage for their meal, is what they had for the meal. We used the beef for the picnic stew. So she pretty much slaughtered the calf
For her wedding.
And I told people, that's when you know you raise your kids right, when they hang up a calf and slaughter it by themselves.
What are you doing?
But I'm waiting for Griffin to finish making them.
Okay. Well, whenever you're done.
Yeah, whenever you didn't eat.
You stair step we're pressing summer sausage now.
Now this one better?
You start out stair stepping?
Yeah, I started out about 130, 140, somewhere around there.
No, I mean,
for about an hour.
you're doing good. I just wanted you to
You're gonna like this.
too much.
I'll talk them into using a zip tie to tie their ends. Look at that. Would you look at that?
Just look at it.
Just look at it.
Just look at it. Look at it.
What about that?
I mean, the shirt does hold pretty well.
Okay, all done that end Bassmaster.
You gonna help load?
Do you want me to go? I can go get
We got to cut that real short.
Real short?
Yeah, right at that.
Damn heat all over your glove when you're
I
trying
was
to
gonna
turn
say,
it.
what if that then the zip tie ain't gonna work?
Well, it sure does.
All right, we got the summer sausage going now. We're on 4 links. We switched positions. We got Bree. What's your position called now?
The stuffer.
She's a stuffer. Blaze, what's your position called?
Cranker.
Oh, cranker.
Pretty cranky.
Okay.
Grant's over here on the
I'm the
refilling
stuffer,
mode.
she's a skinner.
Yeah.
Go around the Ruppert Smokehouse.
All I gotta get all my.
We gotta get all your lumber out of there.
This is my mesquite wood collection here.
See, I told Matt we're going to have to build a smokehouse. You know, we got those big smokers, but
Smell good?
man,
That was from smoking the hams the other day.
yeah.
I had this hung up to 210 degrees.
But you don't have any insulation on the walls.
You can feel the heat on the outside of it.
Yeah.
It was warm.
See, I was thinking about insulating it.
Yeah,
But
that's what I've been. And see, I got my hole back there for the air
yeah,
conditioner.
that's for your air conditioner. That's when you're drying your sausage, you put the air conditioner in, right?
Yeah, and what I'm gonna put, get an air conditioner, a dehumidifier, and eventually insulate it and put a cool bot in here. But on the all the different kinds of sausage, what I'll do is take a piece of that flagging tape and tie it down on the end,
Right.
and label what's on each deal, so I know when I'm taking it out.
And you strictly just smoking it. You're not cooking because you know what I mean.
Well, I almost cooked that ham the other day. I got it up to about 135, 140.
Yeah, you're within 20 degrees.
But I didn't want any more smoke on it, so I took it out and put it in the oven to finish it.
Here, we'll get a shot. These have been cooking for about 6 hours, 7 hours now. Oh, look at that. Starting to get a little bark to them. I know y'all fogged up. Sorry about that. Starting to get some bark. Got a lot of fluid in there. That's looking good. I'm telling you, if you've never messed with one of these little electric smokers, or these master-built ones, I know they're cheap, and you feel like you got to turn your man card in to have one, but I think they're well worth the money, especially for a weekender or someone who's wanting to do little stuff around the house. That's where I learned to smoke stuff, is on those things right there. There it is. I don't know. Somewhere in there is some summer sausage. Well, I'm not sure. Look at all that. Let me put you back here. Right. Here's his fire he's got built. He'll put that in there in a little bit. When it cools down, then he'll get the smoke off of that.
Show them why you don't use a...
Where's your aluminum pan, Ruppert?
I used that sucker the other day.
That is not a hubcap.
This is why. Let me see if I grab it. This is why you don't use aluminum. Man, when I smoked them hams the other day, I cooked that sucker hot in there, and it was fine. I had 210 degrees in
I
that
think we
smokehouse.
drill some holes and put that on your wheel.
I'll save that for...
That goes on the wall of shame.
Yeah, I'll hang it in the smokehouse afterwards.
We all got trophies like that somewhere, I guarantee it. That'll start creating a little smoke in there.
I got some good chunks of live oak in here.
Use live oak for your smoke.
Yeah.
That's another difference. We use a lot of pecan.
This is a good solid chunk of live oak right here. I'll put that in there and let it smoke for a while.
And I've been talking to him about the blue smoke.
We're going to make white smoke.
When you want blue smoke.
We're going to white smoke for a little bit.
So you want to close that up a little?
Yeah, it's ready. I'll move that cord in there and then shut the door and lock it and let it rip.
And it won't, I mean, it's not going to get very hot in there. It'll probably get, I don't know, what, 90, 100
It'll get around 100.
in there?
Yeah.
So, all right, we'll shut that up for a little bit. Roop's practicing his firefighter technique. Get to go in low, get below the smoke.
Stop, drop,
See,
and roll.
this is the... You can see at the bottom where the smoke is, it's cooler down there, so you can see better down here. As heat rises, the smoke is thicker higher up.
Ugh.
So that's why you see smoke at the top and not in the bottom. So when you're in a house fire, you always want to crawl out of it because there's less smoke at the bottom than there is at the top, like that.
That comes from a professional firefighter too.
Ruppert, he's professional. 30
You was on there, right?
30 something years.
Yeah, you're 25 years. I'm gonna put that fan on it pretty quick. When we unplug that smoker after all, we'll plug that.
What does it look like in there? Smoky.
Smoky.
It's smoke. Ooh. That smoke going. Okay, I got it. Oh, we got more light. All that sausage in there. 300 pounds in there? 350? 325?
350, I think.
Ooh.
Ish.
Yeah. So we had the pulled pork tacos tonight. I didn't film much of that, if any at all. Ruppert and I had a little accident out here, but you can't tell. Except my boots. I got one rust-free boot, and I got one that needs to be.
That was a pretty good accident. That wasn't a little accident.
Well, you know, but we recovered. So yeah, I'll tell you what.
About 9 o'clock.
Yeah, about 9:15 bedtime. There it is. Here, we're gonna make my boots match. See here, butter. No, it's not butter flavor. I like butter flavor Pam because that way when you turn your floor vent on your truck, it smells like. But see, you take that Pam out there, spray that old boot. Yeah, see that there? That's how you get your boots greased up. There, see? Now my boots have been polished. So, yeah, it's been a good weekend. I'm gonna have to head back to reality. Well, turn out the lights. Party's over. Yeah. We're, my part's pretty much done. So, they're gonna have to still package everything up, get it all, which he's got the vacuum sealer like we have, and get all that stuff taken care of. But it's a good weekend though. So, I'm gonna leave a link up here to Ruppert's channel. He's gonna have more information on his videos than what, or different information maybe than what I have. So make sure y'all go check out. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. I think you enjoy some of the content he's got on there and some content he's got coming up. I think you'll really enjoy that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. A little bit different than how we do things. Don't mean it's the right way, don't mean it's the wrong way. The main thing is they get it done, and they get it done like they like it, and everybody has a good time. So I think y'all could tell that. But leave some comments, or if you got some questions, I'll answer them, or leave some comments or questions on his channel. He loves answering comments and questions on his channel too. And we'll see what we can get figured out. But other than that, we're gonna head back up to North Texas and get ready for some cold weather, and hopefully the crappie house, it's close to being done. So just hang on to your hats. So anyway, all right, we're going to bed. We got to get up and head back home. So we'll holler at you later. Thanks for watching.